go, you're the baby face. If you throw a punch at him and he ducks and then hits you, he just out-wrestled you in the very first spot. It makes you look like an idiot. You're the baby face. You out-wrestle him. If anything, let him like act like, hey, whoa, go to turn away, and then cheap shot you. You know what I mean? But why would you throw a punch first? A, why are you throwing a punch first? B, if you're throwing it, why is he ducking it? And C, why is he connecting with something? You know? So babyface out wrestles the heel. That's that simple. Babyface shines. If you're having a 12-minute match, 10 to 12-minute match, babyface out wrestling for like, let's say an 8 to 10-minute match. Babyface out wrestling for like 2 minutes. Then maybe either the babyface gets a little too gregarious and misses something, or the heel cheats in some way and gets the advantage and starts pounding the babyface. Beats the babyface up, bam, bam, bam. Now we got heat. Except what these young guys do is they want to go back and forth with everything. So, before I get to that point, the babyfaces, they want to get a bunch of stuff in. I'm like, if you don't let them beat you up, you have no heat. And if you don't have any heat, then you have the comeback sucks. Because the whole idea is you beat the guy down. You beat him down to the point where the fans go, oh, he can't come back from that. He's that beat up. And then through intestinal fortitude and the cheering of the fans, you make a miraculous comeback. Except that, same babyface. As soon as the heel stopped him, the heel went to shoot him off. He reversed it, gave him a tackle, a drop down, drop kick, boom, fed up, boom. I was like, why are you even, he just stopped you. He just got the heat, and you're already running around and bumping him around. It's just back and forth. He doesn't have any heat on you. Let him get some heat on you. Let him beat you down. Stop fighting back every 5 seconds, because all you're doing is killing the heat, which is killing, and even if you are selfish, then you look at it this way, you're killing your own comeback. You know what I mean? So if you don't want to look at it for the good of the match and for the good of your opponent that you're killing his heat, you're also killing your comeback. Heel gets heat, boom, 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 beats him down. Finally, the babyface makes a miraculous comeback. Bump, 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 finally fires up. Most babyfaces today don't fire up. The whole idea is to fire up because it's an inter-emotional sport with the fans. And the fans want to feel like they're a part of it. If you just go move, 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 you don't give them a chance to be involved. You know, Billy Kidman makes a lousy comeback. Doesn't fire up, doesn't give the people a chance to come and get involved. I don't know why. He does his cool moves, I always ask me because I make a lousy comeback. Well, how hard is that to fix? And then after the comeback, then you can go into the back and forth stuff. Same babyface and most of them today, all these young guys, they go back and forth the whole way. So there's never any heat, there's never any comeback. The whole match should be like a pyramid. You build, build, build to that comeback. The whole match, wrestling is geared for the comeback. And so, let's say you're cut on time. I just cut the shine out. The shine's not even important. A lot of times the babyface will go, I don't want to cut my shine out, I gotta look good. You're gonna look good in the comeback. Lose your ego. The shine's not important. The heat is, because without the heat, there's no comeback, because if you're never in any jeopardy, then the comeback's not that. It's not really a comeback then, you know what I mean? The whole idea is you come back. You're down and you make a comeback. It's in the words. But yet you would think it's that simple, and guys don't get it. They want to go back and forth. They want to make 85 hope spots. No, it's called a hope spot because you're so beat up and you show some sign of hope. You know what I mean? It's not a hope spot if you just keep fighting back at every turn, is it?
No.
There's no hope. It's not hope, then it's just it's just a comeback, or it's just a fight back. So these words are chosen for particular meaning because they make a lot of sense. You know what I mean? But people. Today's guys are just so stupid. They just don't think at all. All they want to do is get in a bunch of dumb, crazy moves, which only go so far. The same guy I'm talking about always wants to go, okay, I'll start to come back, and then I'll shoot him off, and he'll reverse it, and he'll duck my thing, and then I'll duck his thing, then I'll hit him with something. I go, why is it going back and forth? I go, the comeback, the people have seen you got your ass kicked, handed to you. They want to see you make a comeback. They don't want to see a bunch of flippity-floppity stuff yet. Bump them, bump them, bump them, bump them. Cover them. Bump them, bump them, bump them. Fire up, let the people in. Give them something else, cover them. Now you can go back and forth. Now it means something. What happened is, back when you used to reverse something, you didn't see it coming because it was built to us, you built to it. Now every other spot is reverse. I ducked that, you ducked this, I ducked that. It doesn't mean anything anymore. You know what I mean? That's why in my stuff, you're never gonna see that except when it's apropos, except when it fits. you know, and that's why my matches get a certain reaction that these guys don't, you know, and they'll come back to the dressing room and say, yeah, we got a pop. Well, yeah, you got a pop, but you could have had a much bigger pop if you'd have done it right. I'm not satisfied until I get the biggest pop I can possibly get out of the crowd. Like, I'll listen to the other matches, you know, even if I don't watch them, I listen. And if I hear the crowd going to a certain decibel level, if I don't achieve that, you know, for most of my match at a sustained thing, I feel like I haven't done my job. I feel like I've let myself down. You know what I mean? Whereas to them, as long as they get a pop, that's all they care about, you know?
No, one final section before we go. Basically, I want you to, I'm going to give you a couple of names. I just want you to critique what you think is the best bit about them, what you think the worst bit about them is, you know, how they could improve.
Sure.
If you don't mind. Okay, so the first one I'm going to start with, you know, he's a big star, is Chris Jericho in the WWE.
I love Jericho. I think he throws lousy punches, though, and I tell him that all the time. His punches look really gay. And I have nothing against gay people, but he throws a gay punch. I think he's a hell of a talent. I think, honestly, if they gave him the ball, I think he'd run with it. I think the only thing, hang on.
Okay, well, we were talking about critiquing wrestlers.
Yeah, back to Jericho. I don't want to, like, I know in a lot of this I sound like I'm tooting my own horn, but I just know from my own life, so I can only speak from that.
That's why we're speaking to you. So.
And so, I mean, it might sound a little egotistical, but I am very proud of what I've done, you know, and I just find it easier to make demonstrations. One thing that I really liked that Jericho did when I thought he turned the corner was, I was still with the company, and I feel really proud about this, because I said to Chris, I said, and I think it was at the time, right before he started working with The Rock, I think, which I thought was great stuff. And I don't know why they didn't continue it, or maybe that's why they didn't continue it, because it was really good. They were great together. He brought out something in Rock that nobody else did. Like, he really got under The Rock's skin, which one of the problems with The Rock was you never saw anything bother him. So it's hard to get real heat if nothing bothers you. And Jericho would get under his skin, and so The Rock had to, like, lose that glib side, you know what I mean? Even though, like, he's a babyface, if you're always cool, nothing ever, like, that's what I told Chris. I said, you're always cool, nothing ever bothers you. I said, and so emotionally, you're not vulnerable, so we can only connect with you so far because you don't let us in. You know what I mean? It's kind of like if you have a girlfriend and she won't tell you how she really feels, or if you have if you have a boyfriend, he doesn't tell you how he feels, you feel like you're not really in close to them, and you have to feel like you're a part of these people's lives, and that's how you draw money. And so I told Chris, I said, honestly, I think you should, let the people in. I think you should show a little vulnerability. Whenever somebody insults you, you never get bothered by it. You just zing them right back. I said, I'd cut a promo where you talk about how, like, maybe, in 10th grade, how you didn't make the football team or something, and, how it really bothered you, and this is how, like, the same thing. And he blew me off, I mean, we've always been real close friends, and he blew me off, whatever, And a couple days later, it was Raw, maybe a week later, and he cut this promo where he did just that. And I was like, man, he did it. And I was like, he's never going to give me credit for this. He's going to, And he pulled me aside later. He goes, what'd you think? So, of course, I played like, oh, what do you mean? You know what I mean? We're friends. You got to play that game. I was like, oh, what do you mean? He's like, oh, no, I took your advice. I was like, yeah, actually, I did watch it. I thought it was the best thing he'd ever done at that point, or one of the best things. And I really felt proud about that, and I really thought that changed the thing with him, and I wish they would have let him run. So I thought that was one of the only flaws Jericho had, was that he didn't let you, and if you watch his older stuff, if you watch stuff up till before a couple years ago, you'll notice he never shows any vulnerability. Nothing ever bothered him. And I thought that once he did that, I thought he became really well-rounded. The only thing I might have done different was, I thought his choice of outfits as world champion, I thought he should have went with the suit. I thought put him in a suit would have looked that would have been cool. You know what I mean? Like, I thought it would have, like he stepped into the high life, you know what I mean? Like, I know he's got that rocker heart, but I just thought, man, I thought, even, I don't know, it's so hard to find an outfit, or to make an outfit that stands out. Like Shawn Michaels, I loved it that he made stuff, he had the girls make him stuff that was so unique, you know what I mean? It's so, you were never gonna see that anywhere else. You couldn't wear it anywhere else. You could only wear it, you couldn't wear it to a bar, you know what I mean? I like that.